Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. What did you think was the biggest play down the stretch? I mean, as you guys were trying to hold them off.
Our defense was solid, but we kept letting them out with the fouls. I think they got 30 free throws in the end, which is not great at all. So we have to clean that up a little bit. Like we play solid D and then let them out with a foul. So if we just clean that up and fix that, and rebounds, they got 18, I think, boards, if I remember correctly. So we really need to clean that up going in against Southern Utah.
Frustrating for you as a bit more of a physical player, just the way that the game was called a little bit.
Yeah, I try to play towards the refs. You know, if they're calling everything, have to be really clean. But if they're not calling anything, you can be a bit more rougher and go with it. But you just really got to see how the refs are calling the game and play accordingly to that.
You seem to pop up, be quiet for a couple weeks, at least scoring wise, and then pop up every couple weeks with a big game like this. I mean, how's it been for you, just sort of managing your shots and trying to produce still with the team with this much depth, where everybody can score?
Because we have a team with a lot of depth, like everyone has the ability to score. Everyone's going to have good score games where they can't miss. You know, Dora played really well today again, and last game, and Stefan makes shots. We just share the ball, who's open, who's the hot hand in the game we go to. So it's good for us. It just changes every game who the hot hand is or who's scoring well. So we just play as a team, and who's playing well, we try and get the ball to them.
Coming off the second half from Thursday and then the first quarter that you guys had today, I mean, did you think you were sort of going to roll over them after playing, 3 quarters against them like that?
I think we just relaxed a little bit, thinking that, they'll just give up, but they played hard. They crashed the boards a bit more. They were still playing hard. So we just got to keep our energy up and keep pushing to not let teams back in and get better with that.
How much of a unique sort of cover is 53 for them? I mean, she's a really unique player in the league, I think.
Yeah. No, yeah, I was lucky. I grew up with a player that played really, really similar to her, and she plays at Pacific now University, and she plays really similar. So I think it helped me a little bit knowing how I've grown up playing against a player like this. And she's really good. She's got a really nice shot. She's smooth. She's controlled. She's hard to handle. She's really good.
Thanks, Callie.
No problem. Bye, guys.
Oh,
sorry.
My bad. Sorry, Adrian.
What's like the middle? I mean, obviously you guys have won 11 straight, but it seems like you guys are kind of just like you want more, right?
Yeah, like we always have things to improve on. That's why it's playing games. We see what we still need to work on. We're still improving. It's not the end of the road just by winning a couple of games. We want to keep pushing and getting better and better. And it's just a work in progress.
I mean, how do you ride the momentum to your toughest stretch of the season? You got 4 to 5. You got Southern Utah, who beat you guys last year going down there. And then, you got the home plus Idaho. I mean, how do you guys pull everything together and kind of just keep on staying strong?
We just take one game at a time and focus on one thing at practice. We watch film, see what we need to work on, work hard at practice so then it can translate to the game. But we just take one game at a time. We don't look too far into the future with who we play. So we're just going to focus on Southern Utah for now and get ready for that.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Am I good now?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, bye, Coach. No, good job.
Thank you.
Don't forget your COVID test.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how's it going, Coach?
Good.
You guys came to this hot start, and then you guys kind of tailed off, and they kind of made some runs, but you guys never let the lead go. I mean, same to the whole range of emotions of this game, and what happened?
Yeah, it was a little dramatic, I thought. The third quarter, I thought they did a good job. Portland State really rebounded the ball a lot better. They got themselves on the foul line. They shot 30 free throws. They shot 16 free throws alone in the third quarter. And they did a great job of just finding something that worked for them. And I'm glad we responded, though. In the third quarter, they scored 24. We still scored 25. So we were at least able to keep pace with what they were doing.
I mean, how tough is it when you guys get into foul trouble and you're trying to play with all these lineups and trying to get everyone going? How tough is that?
It's tough, especially when you think about matchups. Like certain people are going to be good at guarding certain other people, and if you have to play an unusual lineup or a small lineup or a lineup that doesn't have as good of ball handlers, it can make things more difficult.
Yeah, I think this is like one of the first times I've seen your team. When the other team gets much offensive rebounds, you guys couldn't really stop them that end. What happened there, and how do you guys combat that down the stretch?
I think I don't know, we froze. We didn't block out. We did have some screwy matchups. We switched some screens, and then all of a sudden a small guard is guarding the low post. So rebounding can be tough in that situation. But I thought we could have put more effort into it. I just think so it's funny how it works. Sometimes with offense, defense, and even sometimes with rebounding, when things aren't going well, you can just kind of mentally lock up and just forget to block out, forget some of the fundamentals.
Like I told Callie, you guys won 11 straight, but it doesn't feel like it at the same time, because I feel like, you guys expect more. Is it kind of nice to me at this point where you're kind of nitpicking more and you want to make sure you get to that level of success?
Yeah, I think that's a really good thing, as long as it's not detrimental, where you're just picking at yourself so much and you can never do anything right. I mean, we do a lot right. But it's definitely more of, we're not satisfied and we want to keep improving. We're still searching for that perfect game, where offensively, defensively, the rebounding, the matchups, things are perfect. I don't know if that's possible, but we're going to keep searching for it.
I mean, you're getting every team's best shot, right? And it's not going to stop you at Southern Utah coming in. Last year, they beat you guys down there. And how do you guys just kind of roll into there and just not let focus kind of drop off?
It's going to be hard. I don't think our focus will drop off. They're a team that we have a lot of respect for. We gave up 19-0 boards tonight, and Southern Utah is the best offensive rebounding team in the conference right now. And Dari Franson is the best offensive rebounder in the conference. And they're tough at home, and they've won some games, and they have some positive momentum, and the sisters are loving playing with each other. You got Graves and Eaton are sisters, and so they're playing together, and I think that's fun for them. And yeah, we've had a tough history going down to Southern Utah. We've had tough games, tough losses there, and so yeah, we have to have our stuff together.
From the bench side of things, have you seen anyone that kind of pops off, or are you kind of concerned about how they're playing?
On our bench?
Just from point total wise.
No, I think Montana's playing great. She's one of our first people off the bench, and it's always Ellie and Delaney kind of subbing for each other. And I still think they're very productive together. Ellie and Delaney had 20 points and 5 rebounds. We want a double-double out of those two guys, but I think they're doing a great job. I think Tamika's starting to play more, and she's productive. She got a bucket and a rebound today, and other people will have their turn.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Hey, Seton.
Hey.
How's Dora?
It's kind of the same ankle, but I think she'll be okay by next week. She'll be fine. But yeah, she just rolled it again. It's taped. The good news, it's taped, so it'll reduce the injury. But yeah, I'll expect her kind of be back in practice Tuesday, Wednesday.
I'm guessing the plan was not to sort of let Stroyne and Hansen beat you. What went wrong on those two? I mean, you did a great job on everybody else. I mean, why did it sort of work out that way?
Well, Struan, I think just, she wanted to have a better game. That's what you assume than she did the first time. And she got the ball in the post, and she got the calls and shot 10 free throws, and she made all 10 of them. And that makes a big difference. And Desi's a great player. You can just try to slow her down. You try to hope that she doesn't have an outrageously good game. When we played them last year in Portland, she went for 24 and couldn't miss anything. And, we just try to avoid that. If she hits her average, we kind of feel okay about that. She's been one of my favorite players since she came in the league. I just love her game, and I love how unsuspecting she is, and her passion for playing.
Yeah, for sure. How close do you think you were to a technical down the stretch there? I know Ryan was sort of having to hold you back a little bit.
I don't know. the officials weren't close to me. So I don't know if they heard. I wasn't saying anything bad. I'm just yelling for calls and, complaining about the other coach and whatever. But, I got a warning just for stepping out of the box, which I deserved. I shouldn't have come out of the box, coach's box before. But yeah, I don't know. If I had turned it into a personal attack on an official, then maybe it would have got the tech. But I don't like to comment too much about it.
No, how much does it, change the game when it just switches like that? I mean, in the third quarter, they just started calling everything.
Yeah, it makes it tough. And I didn't call a lot of timeouts. I might have called one during that time, and I tried to let them play through it a little bit and see if we can figure it out. I think there was a great lesson that was learned in that game today, where, we got to defend the post a little bit better. We got to rebound a little bit better. We've got to come up with better strategies for how to handle that. I think we'll have some good film sessions out of it and hopefully become a better team.
What can you say about Callie tonight? I mean, like I asked her, she just seems to pop up every couple of weeks with one of these big games. And she's sort of flying under the radar some other games, and then she comes out of nowhere with these big games.
Yeah, the last 2 Saturdays, she's kind of been the one that kind of took us home. Even though I thought, Montana also did a good job hitting some big shots late, and she ended up with 10 points. But yeah, Callie, the last 2 Saturdays, she's the one that's really stepped up and put us over the edge. And yeah, it's nice to have. Steffi had a rough first half and then kind of continued a little bit in the second half. But Callie kept battling and kind of took it home for us.
And then Diaba, no points, but she was on Jimenez most of the time, held her to 1 of 11, 4 points or something like that.
Yeah, that's an exhausting job, and you could tell she was tired even from from Thursday, because Thursday she got really aggressive and she was picking up full court and just trying to bother her, and that tailed off a little bit, but she did an awesome job and she played her role well, and it's tougher probably for her a little bit against zones, because she's more of a penetrator. She can knock down an open three, but she's more of a penetrator. But she did have 4 assists tonight and only a couple turnovers, and so I thought she did a great job.